Thank you to Christopher Arnold for these two suggestions. Hello everybody, this is JT Productions. I'm back with another preview and prediction video. Today I'm going to be doing the Oklahoma Sooners. Last year, the Oklahoma Sooners finished the season 11-2, 7-2 in the Big 12, with losses against Baylor, and at Oklahoma State in Bedlam. They did not make it to the Big 12 championship for the first time since, I want to say, at least 2016. I'm not sure if they made it then or not, but they've made it the last few years. They went to the Alamo Bowl and beat Oregon, but they did lose one vital piece, and that is their head coach, Lincoln Riley. He was a coach that really brought them into the spotlight and made it to 3 playoffs as head coach of Oklahoma, and now he's gone to USC. Very tragic, very tragic. Last season is kind of weird for Oklahoma. First game of the year, y'all played Tulane at home. It was supposed to be in Tulane, but with a hurricane that came through Louisiana, they had moved it to your home stadium. And Tulane, oddly enough, almost beat y'all, but y'all were able to hold on a clutch 4th down stop. Y'all beat Western Carolina easily. Nebraska came to town, and y'all struggled with them as well, which, to be fair, Nebraska, people called them the best 3-9 team. Does that mean that they were good? Not necessarily. The next week, y'all played West Virginia at home and had to win off a last-second field goal. Then at Kansas State, y'all had to win by 1 possession. Y'all had to come back down by 16, I believe, against Texas. TCU, y'all had no problem. Kansas, y'all had to make a comeback. Texas Tech, y'all had no problem. Y'all lost by 2 possessions to Baylor. Y'all won by 1 possession against Iowa State and lost by 1 possession at Oklahoma State. So, what's new? Well, you get head coach Brent Venables, who was Clemson's defensive coordinator the past couple of years. And he's going to come in and probably turn y'all into an old-style Oklahoma team with a better defense. Now, how's that going to work in year 1? Well, you still have some pieces on offense that could work. At quarterback, you have junior transfer Dylan Gabriel from UCF. He's like lightning in a bottle. He will be able to make some plays. At running back, you have Eric Gray, so a senior transfer from Tennessee. He was there last year. He didn't produce as good as he did at Tennessee, but we'll see how he does in year 2. This time under Brent Venables. At the wide receiver position, you have some good ones. Theo Weiss, Drake Stoops, and Marvin Mims. Of course, you lost a bunch to the transfer portal, like Jaden Hazelwood and others to USC following Lincoln Riley. The offensive line, you have a lot of seniors and juniors, so you should be fine along with Wanya Morris at right tackle. On defense, you have a lot of seniors and juniors, including Jalen Redmond, who will probably be the leader on that defensive line. And then you have DJ Graham. I believe he was at Oregon last year, if I'm not wrong, but I could be wrong. Anyways, a pretty good roster, and I think with Brent Venables, that defense will be a little bit better. But the thing is, I think the offense is going to suffer a little bit as well. So, let's get to the schedule. Week 1, you play UTEP at home. I think that's going to be a win. I don't think that y'all are going to struggle with... Y'all don't really have any group of 5 teams that's going to make you struggle enough to where it's going to be a one-possession game this year. So I think Week 1 and 2, UTEP Miners and Kent State Golden Flashes, y'all are going to win easily. Week 3 at Nebraska. This is going to be a big test for Brent Venables and for Scott Frost at Nebraska. And Nebraska, they got rid of Adrian Martinez, who, in my opinion, was a part of the problem. And they got transfer quarterback Casey Thompson in from Texas. I think Nebraska beats you. I think Nebraska starts off the year with a big win against Oklahoma at home. And Oklahoma starts out the season 2-1. Then you have Kansas State at home. Kansas State, they're a decent team. They're a very decent team. Coming off a loss at Nebraska, especially with the new head coach, the morale could be low. I think Kansas State has had Oklahoma's number the past couple of years. They do have Adrian Martinez, who transferred in from Nebraska. And I think they beat you. I think Kansas State comes into Norman and gets a big win off of a Oklahoma team that is already sleepwalking back home after a loss at Nebraska. Next week, you're 2-2 at this point. You play TCU. I think you get a win. I think it starts out close in the first half, but then the second half y'all pull away, and you become 3-2 on the year. Then you have your annual matchup against Texas. I think Texas is better than they were last year this year, and I do think that they beat y'all. They've made strides. Last year they came into this game and absolutely started out big. However, their defense didn't hold up, and I don't think that the Oklahoma offense is going to be good enough to where they'll be able to make that much of a comeback. So I think Texas wins in Dallas. So you are 4-3, or 4-3 on the years. No, 3-3 on the year so far. Next, you play Kansas at home. I think you get a win there. Then you have your bye week, and you're 4-3 going into your bye week. Next, you play at Iowa State. You know what they say? Nobody wins at Iowa State. No, you're winning. Iowa State's not going to be good next year. Then you have Baylor. This is going to be a little revenge game. And I think you get a win. I think Baylor's going to take a step or two back this year just because of losing all those track stars on defense and offense like Tyquan Thornton and all of them. So you go to 6-3 at this point. Next, you play at West Virginia. West Virginia, I'm very high on them this year. However, I think y'all get the win at West Virginia. I think you go into Morgantown, defense plays well to slow down JT Daniels, and the offense plays good enough to where they can score on that West Virginia defense. So I think you get a win, 7-3. Oklahoma State, I think you get revenge from Bedlam last year, and that's 8-3. And then at Texas Tech, I think that at this point in the season, Brent Venables' defense is going to be up to the task of stopping an air raid offense like Texas Tech. And I think Dylan Gabriel will come into his own, and y'all win this game and go finish the season at 9-3 with a potential shot at the Big 12 championship. In the conference, you are 6-2 or 7-2, so there's a great chance that you could, especially with that win at West Virginia, y'all could make the Big 12 championship. Well, thank you all for listening to me ramble on about college football. If you would like me to do a specific team, let me know in the comments. And hope you have a great day, and Go Dawgs.